Hi, and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're reading for December 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd, Monday through Thursday. Now, if you're new to the channel or if you like to cross-watch and you don't want to watch the introduction, which this is, and will be tagged onto all of the readings, then just go right down there. I should have updated the timestamp, so that should just bypass me completely, or at least this part. Now, I hope you will watch it at least once, though, because I try to put some good information. And again, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate. Take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, God, Holy Spirit, and let whatever comes through come through. Now, I'm going to go and talk a little bit before we get into the cards. I'm going to talk about what's going on in the skies. I do have this posted on my website, in my blogs, but we do have some interesting stuff happening. December 20th. Remember, we are in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. Mercury goes retrograde on December 29th. So we do have that very anything can happen type of energy going on. Mercury has a lot to do with electronics, has to do with messages. So, it has to do with people coming back in. I feel Mercury, when it goes retrograde, it tries to clean up some of the mess. Sometimes it makes a little bit more of a mess before you can clean it up. If you've ever had to clean out your garage, you understand what I'm saying about it before things can get organized. I think Mercury helps to work with karmic energy. When we're in the retrograde time, karmic energy gets resolved, or it works towards resolution. How's that? So we have other things going on. This December 20th through the 23rd, and actually, through the 29th, is going to have some strong energies. We have on the 20th, Jupiter, which has been going back and forth between between Aries and Pisces. Well, now it's leaving Pisces for good, and it's going into Aries, and then it's going to stay in Aries. It's going to transition in and out of that too, but right now it is going into Aries. It is going to be very focused energy. This is a really strong time to write down your goals, okay? Write down the things you want to happen and be persistent. This is the time, just be persistent. I really get this persistent energy here. It's like, every day, put it out there, okay? Because Aries is fire energy, so it's very passionate burning, and Jupiter, is the planet of good fortune. Every day, be like that little drop of water that just keeps hitting that rock until you make a really big indent. Okay, so that's the 20th, 9:33 a.m. The 21st, we have the winter's solstice, or that's for the northern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere has the summer solstice. These are those times where, there's a lot of metaphysical energy going on around solstices. So this is again a time to put it out there. Drop. I know I'm going to be for drop, with that water. Just keep putting it in there. Sun is entering Capricorn, Earth energy, at 4:59 p.m. on the 21st. So we have winter solstice. We have the sun going into Capricorn. So Capricorn is the Earth, so it is about your money, job, career, very tangible energy. There is Capricorns are workhorses. I know that all of us can have this part about us, but Capricorns, they get things done when they set their mind to it. They have to set their mind to it. Capricorn is squaring with Jupiter, and that day also. Now, squaring has a little bit of a, kind of a little bit of a rub. It's like that little piece of sand in an oyster that can become that pearl. So it's kind of like saying, you've got to do it. You've got to do it. You've got to do it. So it's kind of irritating to each other. But because of that irritation, there's a little bit kind of a competition. It's like, well, we're going to get this done. Now, the 22nd, we have Venus in Capricorn trining with Uranus, which is retrograde in Taurus. Again, two earth energies. And Venus, so there can be unexpected relationship energies. And remember, we also have the 29th, we have Mercury going retrograde in Capricorn, going retrograde itself in Capricorn. And when Mercury goes retrograde, which we are in that shadow, many things can happen with relationships. A lot of times that's about, old relationships coming back into our lives. There can be some just really big insights about relationships. Mercury is about electronics. It's about messages. It's a very I don't want to say fluid because it's not. You don't want to put fluids with Mercury. It's a very electric type of energy. So we are in a time when anything can happen, and I do feel when Mercury goes retrograde that there's a lot of karmic readjustment being offered or being done during this time. So we have that Venus. Now on the 23rd, we have the new moon in Capricorn at 5:16 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So again, the 20th through the 23rd, very strong energy, very much if there's something that's just not moving for you or not being put into place or just not, drip, drip, drip. You have to be persistent. Many times we don't get it on the first try, sometimes not even on the second, sometimes not on the 99th, but then that 100th time comes. And then our wounded warrior, Chiron, goes direct. So there's, I'm not really an expert with the wounded hero, the wounded warrior, Chiron, except that there's a lot of self-sacrificing with Chiron, and it's been going retrograde, so now it's going to go direct. So I would say between the 20th through the 23rd is going to be very strong energies, and then we look at our numbers. We have December, which is the 12th month. We have the 20th, so we have a lot of that 2 energy, changes, decisions, coming together. So on December 22nd, 2022, we've got all those 2s. That has to mean something. So very interesting energies going on right now. Now, for the readings, I am going to be using my Radley Valentine decks. I will be using my Archangel Power Tarot cards and my Guardian Angel Tarot cards. I will be using my Inspirational Wisdom from Angels and Fairies. Okay, and there's the Frances Monroe and Judy Mastrangelo, and my Emily Anderson Crystal deck. I will also, just because I was doing this, I was doing some videos, product reviews or card reviews. I don't know what we're going to do with this per se, but for this time, we're going to use the Angel Answers Oracle cards. I do have a little problem with the Angel Answers, is that it doesn't always give you the answer you want it to. So isn't that how life is? So let's see. Now, so that's what we're going to do in the main readings. But for right now, I am going to be using my Rider-Waite Rider Traditional Tarot and my Osha Zen Tarot cards. Remember what I said earlier. These are general readings. They may or may not resonate. Take what you like. Leave the rest. And again, I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, God, Source, Holy Spirit, and, let them take the show. Okay, so let's see. Okay. Holy Father, what do we have coming? We have this one jumping. Remember, cards that are reversed, to me, I believe they have stronger, pay attention energy. So let's see what we have. So the first one that jumped is the Fool, a new beginning, a new start. Believe. It may not necessarily look positive. It may not look the way you want it to be, but just believe. But it is a new journey. It is a new start. So let's see what else we might have here. One more shuffle. Oh, and here we go. And we come to the Page of Swords. All right, so that one fell on the floor. Let's see. How about one more? What else do we have? One other card. One other card. So there is some challenges. What's going on? This has, okay, let's go on. Let's just see what we've got here. Okay. So cards fall out. They want to be read. They want to be seen. The first one we have here is, again, reversed. This is a 0. This is a God source number, so there is something very divine with this. I know 7 is a divine number, but this is a, like you're being put on this path for a reason. You are here at this time for a reason. And if you follow me, I believe that the people that follow here we're basically all light workers. We're all, healers in some ways. There's a divine, we're on a divine journey in many, many ways, and we come together to be encouraged. You encourage me, I encourage you. So the fool doesn't necessarily look to where he's going, but the fool believes that everything will be fine. The sun is shining on the fool. The fool, is, kind of in a little bit of a dangerous position if he's to continue moving forward that direction. But it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to. The fool just has a love of life, and the fool is, has a lot of faith and a lot of belief, knows that wherever the fool is going will be the right direction, even if there's some hard times for the fool. So something for this week, there's a new direction happening. Now we come to the Page of Swords. Now this is Major Arcana, which is more universal energy. This is Minor, which is more your day-to-day. Now the Court cards have a dual energy. Pages themselves have, their underlying energy is that earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. We're going in, we're having a lot of that Capricorn energy right now. We're going into that Capricorn time. Money, job, career, tangible energy. So that has that earth, that's really grounded energy. Swords is that air energy. That is your Aquarius, your Gemini, and your Libra. And we've been talking about Aquarius and Gemini having Saturn in Aquarius and Mars in Gemini. So that is your air energy. That is your thought processes. That's thinking things through, making some plans. Also could be about hearing news. Okay? So the Page of Swords has this really, maybe hearing news about money, hearing news or, about a new job, kind of this, things are in the air energy. The Page of Swords is not necessarily as focused as what he should be because he's very enthusiastic. So he's kind of like jumping ahead of himself. He's one of these energies that just wants to kind of get there. Doesn't necessarily see the roadblocks, isn't really taking time to think things through, but that's okay. That's okay, because he's got this Fool energy next to him that's saying everything's going to be okay. The Page of Swords does bring about challenges. It's new challenges, new possibilities, but it's okay, because the Fool energy next to him is like saying, come on, we're going to get through this. Let's do this. Your next card we have is the 9 of Fire. So 9 has an energy, so we have a 0990. 9 has an energy of let's wrap it up. We've got this. You just stand firm. Fire energy is our Aries. Again, Jupiter going into Aries. It's also our Leo. It's also our Sagittarius, and we're transitioning from Sagittarius to Capricorn. And again, passionate, burning, very committed energy here. Now, this 9 of rods or wands, some people call it either one, is basically, you can see he's been beat up a little bit. And I don't mean that somebody's jumped. It's just life has given him, this is somebody that has learned from the school of hard knocks, okay? But he is still standing firm. He is not backing down. So whatever's going on between the Fool and the Page, the 9 of Fire kind of tells them, hey, just keep moving. Don't stop. Don't back down. Don't give in. You've earned your right. You are now, you are where you're supposed to be, and you're not supposed to go backwards. So interesting stuff with that. Now, the one card we did not talk about, the one energy, is our cups or our water, which is our Cancer, which Pisces, and our Scorpio energy. Remember, Scorpio is in the southern, or the southern node is in Scorpio right now, so that is about the past, clearing up the past. And we have, we have Jupiter, which is leaving Pisces to go into into Aries. Now remember, that's not changing a direction, that's just moving on. So it is going at its normal pace. So let's see, with Osha Zen Tarot, is there anything else? So whatever this is, there is something that's new and exciting happening. It may be a little bit unbelievable. There's a lot of God source energy here. You have to believe, even if you feel like it's not, like you're not necessarily on steady ground. The page is basically kind of saying, yes, there is a new start, a new beginning. Think things through. There's going to be challenges. So it's not necessarily an easy week per se. There are challenges to this week. And then the Nine of Rods is going to say you need to just keep firm. You need to stay focused. You need to keep moving. You don't go backwards. Do not go backwards. Okay? Don't retreat. And again, I'm really getting, he has been through the school of hard knocks. So let's see, with the Osha Zen Tarot, God source energy, what would you have? Okay. Guilt. So we have an 8, unlimited opportunities, unlimited possibilities. And then we have this woman, or could be a man, but generally more of a feminine energy. Just, oh my gosh, the thoughts. What am I going to do? Where am I going to go? What am I supposed to do? Have I done right? So whatever's going on here is really bringing up a lot of upset. It's really bringing up a lot of, what have I been doing? What have I played into this? So there could be, remember with that Mercury brings revelations. We're not necessarily in the retrograde, but we're getting closer and closer to the retrograde. So it does bring revelations to us, and it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that was happening. I can't believe this is happening. And what part did I play in any of this? So it's an interesting energy. I mean, we have this one that's all these possibilities, not necessarily easy, but not necessarily hard. We always have to remember that God's source is guiding us and putting us on this journey. We have to stay firm. And then we get this guilt card. The guilt card, too, though, is about letting go. I mean, you cannot move forward. You cannot move forward if you're stuck in guilt. Okay? Think of guilt as like one of those really sticky spider webs. And we've all seen movies. Well, we've seen movies where we get, where the hero or the heroine or whoever the main character is, even the bad guy gets stuck in gets stuck in their web, the web of deceit, the web. So there's something about this. We cannot move forward if we stick in, if we're stuck in guilt. I'm always talking that fear is a tool of the devil. Well, guilt is another tool, and it just doesn't let you move on if you get stuck in this energy. So this is more universal. So this is what's going on. There's lots of movement happening. We can't get stuck in guilt. We can face it. And then, we can apologize. We can say, yes, that happened. We can acknowledge, but we cannot get stuck in it. If you can't make a change to it, if you can't change the past, but we can learn from the past and we can move on. So, and these are all about moving on. This is saying, don't go back. Don't go back. Guilt, acknowledge it, move on. Okay, so interesting stuff for this week. I'm sorry that I'm on the later side, but I have actually had some a Christmas miracle in many ways. So maybe I'll talk about that on my blog. I don't know. Maybe I'll do something about it. But yes, our garage door came not completely, but it came off of its hinges. And if you've ever had that happen, it's interesting. But again, too, God source came through, and within, I think, an hour, hour and a half, it was all resolved. And so again, I look at those as Christmas miracles. All right, so please take time to do the like, share, subscribe, clicking on the bell for notifications. We have hit 26,000 and we're staying there. Because like I said, normally it kind of goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, but we're staying there and we are growing. So thank you to all. We're in this together and we're here to support each other. I hope I support you and help you, and I know that you do the same for me. So let's get started on our readings. Hello, my Sagittariuses, and happy birthday to you. We're coming to the end of your season, but that's just the beginning of a wonderful year, right? We're going to be very positive about this year. Anyway, we're going to be transitioning into Capricorn, and there's lots of very strong stuff for Capricorn right there, as it is for many times with the change of a season. But there is the new moon, but there's also Jupiter with Aries, so there is some strong things. So there is the Yule time. There is Yuletide, there is solstice time, there is the coming up to Christmas. So there's a lot of very forceful energies. Let's put it that way. So let's see. Higher power. Let's ask, what do we have for this week, the 19th through the 22nd of December, for my Sagittariuses, for our Sagittariuses, I should say. What do you have? What do you want to show? What do you want to say? Oh, okay, there is some burdensome energy here happening. I don't know if that has anything to do with the holidays itself, or just that you're feeling this, feeling some of the stressors of life. We have a card that has flown. Hold on a second. Okay, here we go. It was under my chair. So we have this card here. It is reversed. I do not know what that is. But let's see what we have here. Let's see. One last card for my Sagittariuses. Here we are. All three of the cards are reversed. Let's try to clear my table a little bit here. All three cards are reversed. So something really wants to get a message to you. Our first one here is the 10 of Gabriel, which is the 10 of fire. 10s have transitional energy. Gabriel is your energy. It is fire energy. It is Aries energy, Leo, passionate, burning. Remember, we do have Jupiter transitioning. So I feel like this is kind of that, when you want to just, I feel like this has a final push energy. When you want to give up, and you're just kind of like, well, not even give up. It's like, okay, I've done enough for right now. I just want to rest a little bit. I just want to lay down a little bit. I think the 10 of Gabriel is pushing you forward. It just feels like you're being pulled back. Like it's just, I don't have any more to give. There's too much weight on my shoulders. Why can't I just, what's right now is very satisfactory. This is actually saying just do a little more. Just push a little bit more. You're almost to that finish line. You're almost where you need to be. So this week's energy is going to feel like you're running through Jell-O. It's like it's trying to stick again. What I said earlier, the cobweb, not because of guilt per se, but it's just like you just have to push through. It's like you're just almost there. Don't settle for less. Keep moving forward. This has the 10 of Gabriel has a lot of energy that is pushing you on your. It's like everything's on your shoulders. Everything's up to you, and you just have to keep moving forward with it. And it's hard. It's hard. Maybe you were going 60 miles an hour and you were doing really, really great. And now it's just like you're down to like 4 or 5 miles and you just have to chug it along type of energy here. So ask your angels for helpful people to lighten your load. Working too many hours, trying too hard to please others. So that's something you're going to have to really think about. Are you trying too hard to please others? And it's just, I'm going to tell you, I really feel like you're not supposed to stop. But if it's something that is so exhausting that you need a little rest, it is okay to take a rest. It is okay to take a break. But but then get, after you've done that, get moving again. Okay, you're almost there. The only cautionary that I have with this is, I don't want it to become a habit. I don't want it to become a habit that you're the only one that can help. You're the only one that can, make the difference. Okay, it's very hard on your health when you're doing that, when you're the one that has to rush in and you're the one that has to save that day. Okay, let's see what we've got here. Again, reversed. The King of Gabriel. So again, King, court cards, two energies. The underlying is that air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. This again is your energy, fire energy. So this is kind of like, this is telling you to step back a little bit and look at everything. Look at the whole picture. Again, there's a lot on your shoulders. I don't want you to necessarily quit, but again, the King of Gabriel is like, look at the whole picture here. Stop for a moment. Look to see, is this a repeating pattern? Is it always up to you to finish? Is it always up to you to save the day? I'm kind of getting this save the day. While we like to be the hero, it's not always healthy for you. It's not always what you need to do. So the King of Gabriel says, look at the whole picture. Look at your goal. Where do you want to be? Don't be the one, don't be the boss and the worker. That's the reason that you have people. So don't be the micromanager. Or don't let others micromanage you either. Okay? So this is looking at the whole picture. Again, there's a lot of this, okay, I'm almost there. I'm almost there energy. And, the King of Gabriel does say take a step back. Now, here we go. Generous, inspirational, dramatic, driven. Keep your eyes on the big picture. Leave the details to others. Experience that leads to success. Genuine concern for others. Let's see what else we have here. Reversed again. The Eight of Michael. Wow, this all really works together, doesn't it? So we have our fire energy. We have our fire and air energy. We have our air energy. 8, unlimited opportunities and possibilities. Michael is, again, like I told you, that air energy. And this is breaking through. This is breaking free. So, I'm not, again, I just feel like there's just such a push. Take a breath. I just feel like, I have to take a breath. I have to take a break and then get started again. But do this as long as it's for the good of all and the good of you too. Okay? And take a look and see, is this a recurring pattern? But if it's something that you're going after that you want, my Sages, keep moving with it. Okay, this is that breaking free energy. And this says you can be free, but you have to make the choice. Make a courageous choice to change your direction, not seeing things clearly. And that's why you have to take the step back. You have to take a step back and look at everything. Now, again, I'm not telling you, if this is your job, I'm not saying quit your job. You might need to have a really good conversation. If this is any of the relationships, and relationships can be anything. It could be your job, it can be a romantic, it could be family. It's like, take a step back. Maybe you're there's a lot of pushing energy here. There's a lot of pushing energy here. And again, it's easier to get a job when you have a job. So if it is your job, get your resumes out. If it's something that you cannot resolve, try to resolve it first, because I don't want you to lose your seniority. I don't want you to, try to resolve it in an intellectual way. The Mercury, and Mercury retrograde could help you with that, or it can what does mean? It could just, everything kind of hits the fan with this one too. But let's see what we've got. Guardian angel energy here. Come on, guardian angel. What do you have for my Sagittariuses? What do you have for our Sagittariuses? What else can we do with Sagittariuses? What can we tell Sagittariuses? This one is also reversed. The healer of action. So you have that a lot of fire energy. This is the queen of fire. Okay, so the queen's underlying energy is water, emotional, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. again, action is that fire. So you've got a lot of your energy here, trying to push you forward, trying to give you kind of trying to light your fire, if you want to say. So this is a time when you can do whatever you set your mind to if your heart is open. I love this. You're being asked to do many things at once. You won't mind as long as you know you're making a difference. This card indicates someone who's loving, intelligent, passionate, and fun, which could definitely describe you. This person can handle difficult situations with grace. I like that a lot. Okay, now for the inspirational wisdom. Let's see what we've got here. Let's see what we've got here. Let's come on now. Okay, my Sagittariuses. What do we have for my Sagittariuses? Yes, take a step back. This is a weekend for you. This is a week to take a step back and really look at the big picture. Look at the big picture, my Sages. Let's see. Again, this one is reversed. Fairy Rebels. This is so pretty. I love the colors on this one. Okay, your life can be joyful if you allow your faith to open the doors that will make this happen. Remove the barrier and everything will be clear. Ah, so what is that barrier? Okay, let's go to our crystals and see what might be helpful for you, and then we'll go to our, what is that called? Angel Answers. So let's see, what crystal would be helpful for my Sagittariuses? What would be helpful for my Sagittarius? I feel like just clean that energy a little bit. And that's an easy way to clean energy in your cards if you're able to. Like some of the Radley Valentines or some of the bigger cards, I cannot do this. So I might take little pieces of the, not pieces, but little parts of the cards and do it. But here we go. Again, reverse. So very strong stuff. Orange calcite. It's all about boosting self-esteem. You have to have some confidence. Expressing sexuality, psychological healing, and energetic living. Interesting. Okay, we're going to do something a little bit different now. This is going to be more fun, and I'm going to tell you the reason it's more fun is every time I ask the questions, what I've been using the cards and asking questions, it hasn't given me the answer I wanted. It might be the answer I needed, or maybe it's the true answer, but it wasn't the one I wanted to hear. So anyway, my Sagittariuses, we're going to do this one just for fun. I know everything, all of this is just, I believe that these have energies that affect us. Though, and it is who and what resonates for you. But let's see, this is going to be fun. So I'm going to have you think of a question. Think of a question. And we're going to just see what this has. What do these have? Okay, for my Sagittariuses out there, my Sagittariuses, angels, oracles. What do you want to tell? What is there for our Sagittariuses? Again, I like cutting in 3. That's the way I like to do it. But we're only going to do 1 card. Now, I've learned that these are like your angel cards. These are your yes or no cards, and the other one has a time period on it. So here we go. Let's see, again reversed. Opportunity. So there's opportunity out there for you, my Sages. Let me know what that might mean. Is that an answer to your question, or does this kind of like what was happening to me? It was like, what are you talking about? What is this? What is this for me? I don't understand. Just let me know. Okay. But again, all in fun. My Sagittarius is, please do me that favor of liking, sharing, subscribing, clicking on the bell for notifications. It really helps. And I don't know that I'll use the cards, the oracle cards again, but we'll see. Anyway, my Sagittariuses, always know that you are loved, stay shining, and be blessed. Bye-bye.